Hi everyone, it's Lindy on from Pink Whisper Designs. Today we're going to be playing with some beautiful cosmic watercolors. We're going to create a really pretty background, and then we're also going to be doing some embossing, and I'll show you how to double up the layers of your embossing folder. I'll give you a few tricks for that. So let's start by taking a look at these beautiful Vicki Boutin cosmic watercolor sets. There's two different sets that I have, and they do come with these water brushes as well. This set is the rainbow set, and that is this one here down at the bottom, and then this one is called Hidden Gems. So you can see you get a really beautiful collection, and when these dry they're going to have this gorgeous shimmer to them. So I'm going to grab these four colors from that rainbow set. I'll spritz those with a little bit of water from my distress sprayer, just to moisten them up a little bit, and then I'm going to use a fairly wide flat brush, and I'm going to just brush this right along the bottom. So it was a little bit dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more water, and then I'm going to spread this out. Now you can use as much water or as little water as you like. We will be coming back over these with the second layer of color. I've got some clean water there, so I'm going to rinse my brush off in between colors. And then I'm just going to dry that brush off with that paper towel that's right there to my right. And now let's go to that really pretty pinky color. Again, I'll rinse that brush off, and then we'll grab some of the blue. And I'm just going kind of back and forth, just kind of smoothing out those colors. And again, you can't see it right now, but when this dries, it will have this absolutely gorgeous shimmer to it. So let's go ahead and add that green. And you do want to get some overlapping of the colors. That will give you some additional colors in between. And here's where you can see I'm coming in with another layer of all of these colors. So I let that dry just a little bit, and then I'm coming in with that darker layer. So you can keep doing this if you like. You could always just heat set this and then add some more colors. But I thought the second layer really finished it off. So once that was all done, you can kind of start to see that shimmer. I'll set that aside to dry completely. Now I'm going to just create some backgrounds. This will be so that we can die cut some really pretty multicolored butterflies and a sentiment. So I just took some scrap pieces of cardstock. Now the cardstock I am using today is the Strathmore Bristol Smooth 100-pound cardstock. So it has a really smooth finish to it, and these colors are going to blend beautifully on this cardstock. So let's go ahead, and all I'm doing is just dabbing some of each of those colors onto my glass media mat. And then I'm going to take that distress sprayer, spritz those colors a little bit, and then lay my cardstock right down into that ink. And I'm going to just kind of pick that up. Now again, we don't want perfect backgrounds. These are just going to be used to die cut our butterflies and our sentiment. So I'm going to do a few of these. Now at this point I thought I would like to get a little bit more blending. I am picking up some of that excess color, but to get a little bit more blending I'm going back to my distress sprayer, and I really like those color combinations up towards the top of that cardstock. So let's go ahead and heat set that really quickly. Now again, you can just set these aside to dry, but I did want to flatten this out a little bit, so I am going to heat set that. And now you can see that really pretty shimmer in there. I'm going to do another background, so let's go ahead and grab those same colors. And again, I'm just dabbing them right down onto my glass media mat. I just want to get a nice mix of these colors. And this is a really easy way to do a background as well. And I couldn't believe how gorgeous these Cosmic Shimmer watercolors are. They just blend so beautifully, so easy to use. I really love them. I think I'm kind of looking forward to just coloring something or painting something with these, painting in an image with these. I just think the way they blend is just so nice. So again, I'm going to spritz those colors with a little bit of water, lay my cardstock right down into that, And then I really like the way this came out because I do want a nice mix of colors so that when we die cut our butterflies and sentiment, you can see all of the colors in our die cuts. So let's spritz that one with a little bit of water, and then again I'll go ahead and heat set that. And then I did a third one off camera, and you can see that there, and there's that beautiful shimmer. So there's that third one that I did, and I really love how these came out. And there's that background. I wanted to show you that up close, and you can start to see that shimmer. Let's go ahead and emboss this panel, and I'm using the Sizzix 3D Textured Impressions. These are the geometric flowers, and I just love this one. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Let me give you a quick look at that, and it's going to give a nice deep impression on this panel. So now what I'll do is go ahead and place that cardstock inside. I'm trying to line that up nice and straight. And then we're going to run that through the Spellbinders Platinum 6 die cutting machine. This is the universal plate system, so I'm going to take the platform, and I'm following the instructions for the Sizzix 3D embossing folders. And then I've got a cutting plate, and I'll place that on top, and we can go ahead and run this through. And take a look at this. Isn't this just absolutely gorgeous? I love how this came out. So let's go ahead and set that aside, and I'm going to the gift card pocket set. This is from Art Impressions, and it creates this little gift pocket, but we're going to use the butterfly and the thank you today, and it also creates a little bow as well. So you get all the dies you need to do those pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and select some areas of the backgrounds we created to die cut 3 of these butterflies. And this butterfly is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a lot of detail. So I'm going to grab my Sizzix Sidekick die cutting machine. I'm taping those down with a little bit of Post-it tape. And then let's go ahead and run that through. So I've got my Tim Holtz pick tool. I'm just going to use that to pop this out, and just to pop out any of those little excess pieces. Let's die cut 2 more of these. So I'm just going to kind of select the areas of these backgrounds that I like the best. Go ahead and run that one through. Let's go ahead and pop that one out, and look how pretty that is. And then I did a third one off camera. So I'm just going to, again, select that area that I like best. And so now we have all 3 of these beautiful shimmery butterflies. And they're all a little bit different, so they're really going to mix together well on our card. Now I want to show you a little trick for lining up a second panel. I wanted a panel of white running down the side of my card. So what I'm doing is taking that background we created, and I'm lining it up exactly in the embossing folder. It's just going to drop right down into place. Then I've got this panel that I want to add to the front of my card, but I want to make sure that it lines up well. So I'm coming in about a 1/2 inch from that right hand side, and I'm just making sure I line this up nice and straight. I'm just following the pattern on that embossed area. I've got some Tombow mono glue, and I'm going to put a few little dabs of it on the back of this panel. And then what I'll do is close that embossing folder right up over top of that, making sure it's lined up nice and straight still, that it didn't move when I was closing it. I can remove that panel, and now we can go ahead and run this through the die cutting machine, and it's going to line up perfectly with the front panel of our card. So this is a really easy little trick for lining up your second layer of embossing. You see it will just drop right down into place, and it lines up perfectly. Let's go back to that Tombow tape runner and go ahead and apply this all over the back. And then again, you want to make sure you're lining it up with that pattern and just dropping it right down into place. It's like a little puzzle. It'll fit right down in there. And look at how perfectly we've lined this up. So once we have that done, I'm going to take my Tim Holtz titanium shears and just trim off some excess. We will be cutting this down a little bit later on, so don't worry about that too much. So now here's where I'm going to cut this down. And I want to, this was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to make it 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And let's trim off this side here. And then we will cut another panel, and this is some pink cardstock, and that will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And that is from the Fawn Ballet slippers. That's also a 100-pound cardstock. I've got my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. I'm going to place some adhesive all over the back of this. And I do want plenty because I've got all those kind of indented areas, so I want to make sure that glue hits enough of those high spots so that it will attach to my card really well. And let's go ahead and center this. Once that was done, let's create the card base. Again, I've got some Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11 inches. I'm scoring it at 5 1/2 inches, so we're creating a top folding A2 size card. So this panel will fit perfectly on the front of our card. And again, I went to the glue just so that if I need to move things around a little bit, I can slide this right into place. So let's go ahead and line that up. Now I've got the 3 butterflies. I'm going to place those right down that white panel of our card. And I'm just curling up the wings just a little bit with my fingers. And then let's go ahead and attach this. I'm going to do the same thing for all 3 of these. So I'm just using my fingers again, just to curl those up a little bit and then pop this into place. Now you could line these all the way up nice and straight all the way down. I thought on a little angle just added a little bit more interest. Once I had these in place, I wanted to add a few gems to the front of the card. So I'm going to add 3 little gems in the center of each of the butterflies, and these are from Picket Studios, and this is the Pearl Mix. And these are just so pretty. And this one is called the Lime Green and Pale Pink Mix. So I'll put 3 little dots of glue, and I'm using my Marvy jewel picker to pick those up. So what's nice about these pearls is you have a large, medium, and a small. So we're going to use all 3 of those pearls. We'll place the largest one at the top of the butterfly and then work our way down to the smallest one. And I love these two-tone pearls. They're just so pretty and elegant. Once we've attached all of those, let's go back to that same die set and grab the thank you. And again, I'm just looking for an area on here that picks up all of these colors. And let's go ahead and run this through the Sizzix Sidekick machine as well. And just a quick reminder that all of the products I'm using today are listed and linked down below and also on my blog. I'm going to run that through a couple of times because of all the detail. So I ran it through 3 times just to make sure I die cut through everything. And then let's go ahead and pop that out. And then I'll give you a closer look at that. And this is just so pretty. I love how this looks. So much detail and such an elegant font. So let's place this on the inside of the card, just adding little teeny tiny dots of glue all the way around. I'll line it up in the center of the card. And so this was a pretty quick and easy card. really fun to create those backgrounds. While you have those inks out, you may just want to create a whole bunch of different backgrounds because they were so easy to do and really fun to do. And don't forget, all the products I've used today are listed and linked down below and also on my blog. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you give this a try, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.